Call of Duty campaigns are some of the best and most nostalgic of any first-person shooter in gaming history. They rarely get it wrong, with the only exception being Black Ops 4, and there's a reason for that. So I thought it'd be a good idea to take a look at the cream of the crop of COD missions. So without further ado, and in no particular order, here are the 10 best levels in Call of Duty. Number 10. Cliffhanger, Modern Warfare 2. It's easy to see why Cliffhanger was at the forefront of marketing for Modern Warfare 2. Set on top of a snowy mountain base, the visuals were absolutely stunning, and they look even better in the remastered version. It's the first time players take control of Roach, and the level opens with the player's first ever visual of Soap McTavish, who fans would have played as through COD 4. The level mixes in all aspects in a good COD game, from scaling the mountain at the start, to a short but sweet stealth section with a heartbeat sensor and a snowstorm, to an action race from the military base, all the way to a driving sequence on snowmobiles which has you nosedive down a hill and pull off a jump so big Evel Knievel would get squeamish. One of the most satisfying things of the level is during the stealth section, where if you don't feel like getting your hands dirty, you can leave some poor soul to get taken out with a clean headshot from Soap. Throw in some gameplay related trophies and this animation of Soap shanking the man like he's in Folsom Prison, and you almost have the perfect level. Number 9. Vendetta, World at War. We go back 70 years for our next entry, and it's also a first introduction to a major character. The World at War campaign starts out on the Pacific front with a colourful tropical setting. That is until Vendetta, where we're dropped into the massacre of Stalingrad. Waking up in a pile of Russian bodies, there are only two survivors. You as Dmitry Petrenko and Viktor Reznov. Yep, the same one from Black Ops 1. From this point on, it's a sniper masterclass as you crawl your way through Stalingrad. After the theme of war-torn paradise in the Pacific, we're now in a dreary, cold and dark Russian city just trying to survive. The goal of the mission is to get revenge on the leader of the operation, General Amsel. From start to finish, there's a nice blend of sniping and close quarters action. And one of the best points is when you have a building to building battle with an enemy sniper. And of course, these were the good old days of COD, when disputes were settled with a 1v1 quickscope match. Number 8. Desperate Measures, Black Ops Cold War. Black Ops Cold War never really sat well with fans. It's like the black sheep of the series, and although I think it's one of the weakest games in the series, the campaign was new and interesting. One of the best missions comes in the form of Desperate Measures. It's so different from all other COD levels. You take on the role of Belikov, who's the head of security in the Lubyanka. I hope I've pronounced that right. He's a mole working in the CIA, and he's helping him to get the name of sleeper agents in the US. The level feels more like a Hitman game, with multiple paths to take, using disguises to get around, and hiding bodies in cupboards. That's my favourite part. The level is fairly long, as after you've successfully helped the CIA, you take back control of Bell, who you've been playing as from the start of the game. And from there, you shoot your way through narrow corridors to the vault where the information is. The shooting in is just as good as the shooting out. You find armour and heavy machine guns and go on a murder spree against the Soviets. You feel almost overpowered, and I'm all for it. Eventually you escape into a car and complete the level. All in all, it's a cracking level in a very underrated campaign. Number 7. Of Their Own Accord, Modern Warfare 2. When you think of Modern Warfare 2 campaigns, Of Their Own Accord isn't the first mission that comes to mind, but by God it should be. It forms as the start of a 3-part campaign segment set in Washington DC. The level mixes in all different aspects of a crazy war zone. First up, you retake the Commerce Building, and from there provide cover with a Barrett 50 cal and a Javelin to civilians who are trying to evacuate at the Washington Memorial. So far, so COD. It's more so the ending and what it sets up that sets this level apart from the rest. After providing cover, you make your way to the roof to board a helicopter and take the fight to the Russians. The sheer desperation in this whole level is incredible. From the start it seems like you're on the back foot, and that's just elevated when you're shot out of the sky at the end and forced to fight for your life as Sergeant Foley throws you the last mag your squad has. Of course, you do survive thanks to some heroics from the man with the best moustache in gaming history. The whole level is a thrill, and when paired with Second Son and Whiskey Hotel, it's a segment that lives long in the memory of COD fans. Number 6. D-Day, Call of Duty World War 2. I was torn between two levels from two different games here. First up was Pointe du Hoc from COD 2, which is essentially the same as D-Day as you storm the beaches of Normandy, but I've decided that visuals alone got World War 2 over the line here. From the get-go, this level looks stunning. It's a classic D-Day level, storm the beaches, clear the bunkers and invade the farms, but every single checkpoint in this mission is utter fan service for World War 2 crazies like me. The drama is so good, it's like watching a Spielberg movie. From the deaths on the boat to the exploding of the seawall, everything about this level screams Hollywood blockbuster, and I'm all for it. If this is going to be the first level in your game, by God you better make it a good one, and this time they hit it right out of the park. World War II's campaign was seen as a little lackluster, sure, but D-Day was without a doubt the best moment of the game. Number 5. Turbulence, Modern Warfare 3. I was torn between two levels on this entry too. I could have went with Mile High Club, but instead I opted for Turbulence. They're essentially the same, only Turbulence doesn't have the time limit. It's absolutely action packed with some unbelievable moments, like when the plane is in freefall and you're hit with a zero gravity fight in the cabin. The whole story of the level is that the Russians' version of Air Force One is attacked and they're after the Russian president and his daughter. You go through the level protecting the president from breaching clears, all while trying to find his daughter. After that, the biggest holy crap moment happens. While the plane is crash landing, you're fighting in the cabin until all of a sudden the plane splits in two and you have no choice but to let Jesus take the wheel. Eventually, as the dust settles, you end up outside the plane looking for the president and his daughter again. Although it's all in vain, as once you do find them, Makarov comes to spoil the party and kills you and all of your friends. He's such a buzzkill. Number 4. Shock and Awe, Call of Duty 4. Shock and Awe is one of the most chaotic COD missions of all time. It starts off handy enough as you ride a helicopter into a Middle Eastern city with a mounted grenade launcher. The Marines have pulled a Biden and tried to evacuate everyone at once, so it's your job to help with that evacuation. There's a nice mix of boots on the ground action and raining down hell from your helicopter. However, at the end of the level we are hit with one of the most shocking moments in video game history. After a friendly helicopter goes down, you are tasked with helping the injured pilot get back to your helicopter and escape the city. All seems well as you fly away from the battle until out of nowhere a nuclear bomb is detonated and unfortunately nobody brought their sunglasses or factor 50. 10,000 soldiers gone in a second, and that's what sets up the horrible betrayal by General Shepard in Modern Warfare 2. Speaking of, check out my betrayals video, after this one of course. Number 3. Clean House, Modern Warfare. Clean House is the perfect example of a short but sweet campaign mission. The level takes place in London and sees Gaz and the rest of Bravo 6 outside of a townhouse. Just playing through this entire level sends chills as you activate your night vision and slowly but surely clear your way floor by floor of the townhouse. You can cut the tension with a knife as you don't know who's civilian or an enemy, and it's ramped up to the extreme with it taking place in such an enclosed space. The whole mission only lasts about 2 minutes, but it's a masterclass of 2 minutes. What sets this apart from other missions is its setting and visuals. The graphics are immaculate and the lack of music as you clear the house is perfect. It's definitely the best mission of recent COD games, and it's probably up there with some of the best of all time. Number 2. VORKUTA, Black Ops. The best mission of the Black Ops series comes as only the second level in the first game. It's set in a Russian gulag, and now instead of waking up in a pile of bodies with Viktor Reznov, you're punching him in the face. But of course this is all a ploy to start an escape, and just like old times, you and Reznov are fighting your way to freedom. The level is structured so well. It's set in steps which are called out by Reznov and echoed by the other inmates as Mason completes them. These include using a harpoon to take down a helicopter, using slingshots to destroy buildings, and grabbing a minigun from the armory and going to town on the guards. It's all capped off with a bicycle chase and a good old cliche jump to a train to escape the law. The only thing it's missing is a rooftop battle on that train, but I'm not complaining. Each checkpoint feels different, which is so rare in a COD game. All in all, it has so many interesting concepts packed into one mission, and it's easily the most exhilarating level of any COD game. Number 1. All Gillied Up, Call of Duty 4. This had to be on here, didn't it? Widely regarded as the best level in the entire franchise, it's quite hard to disagree. I'm pretty sure everyone knows of All Gillied Up, even if you've never played it. It's by far the best stealth mission in COD history, but I'd go as far as to say it's one of the best stealth missions in shooter history. The setting is amazing as you crawl through the ghost town of Pripyat, which has been cleared out since the Chernobyl disaster. What I love about this level is that you don't have to kill everything you see. In fact, you definitely don't want to shoot or move in some sections. But now it's two snipers trying to stay out of sight and survive as best as they can. It's such a change up from normal gameplay, and I think that's what makes it so good. And although it's in the following mission, the section where you attempt to assassinate Imran Zakhaev is just sniping perfection. So that was the list. What did you think of it? Let me know if you liked it with a massive thumbs up. I've definitely left out some amazing missions, so if I've left out your favourite, let me know in the comments down below. And while you're still here, why not subscribe so you can see more of my stuff as I upload it. Anyway, I have been Lenny, and I'll see you next time.